What's up, guys and girls? My name is Claudio Gadelha. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a former professional athlete, and I used all the discipline, all the strategies, and all the mindset I developed in sports to invest my sweaty money. And I turned that into a multi-million-dollar stock market portfolio. Now I help others to learn the skills to become confident with self-direct investing. In this video, we are diving into the history of the stock market, how it all started, how it evolved, and how it became the global system we know today. This lesson is actually the first episode of my stock market basics series I'm doing. Not a lot of people have the opportunity to join my private community to learn from me and watch my portfolio closely. So if you want to learn how to trade or manage your own investments, you can check the links below. I'm gonna drop it in here, all the links that you can start looking at to start learning how to invest your money properly. Now, if you get any value from this video, please give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a lesson. Let's get right into it. So the first thing here that we're gonna talk about is that the history of the stock market is actually pretty cool. Very, very cool. It always started with ships. And this was back in the 1600s in Amsterdam. Merchants would send ships overseas to trade goods and bring them back to Europe. But then the problem was that about 1 in every 4 ships would never make it back. And between storms, piracy, and long distances, this was a risky business. So rather than one merchant risking everything on a single ship, they came up with a better plan. A pool of money. What does that mean? They would gather capital from individuals and businesses, and in exchange to that, they would get money. And they would issue shares to these individuals and businesses. And these shares gave investors a claim on the profits from the journey. So one of the earliest and most famous examples of this was the Dutch East India Company, the first company in history to issue shares to the public. You're looking at the birth of the stock market, and that is pretty cool to know and to understand how everything started, so you can start understanding how the stock market works and how to start becoming a more confident investor. Now, as more companies adopted this model, the idea of buying and selling shares became more popular. In London, a group of traders would gather in a coffee shop for hours, and they would trade in there, they would exchange tips and make deals in this coffee shop. So eventually they took over the coffee house and they completely turned into the world's first official stock exchange. That was in the 1773. So yeah, the first stock market was literally born out of caffeine and conversations, which it's a pretty cool thing to know, especially because I love coffee. I'm sure you do too. If you're here, you are a hard worker and we need coffee to survive. Now, fast forward a few decades to 1792. Across the ocean in New York City, 24 stockbrokers signed the Bretton Woods Agreement. This agreement was signed under a tree on Wall Street, the famous Wall Street. That was the beginning of the New York Stock Exchange, the NYSE, the heart of American investing. Since then, stock markets have spread around the world, and we have many exchanges around the world, starting with the NASDAQ. Also in New York, it's the world's second largest exchange and home of tech giants. I love investing in companies that are listed in the NASDAQ. We have the Toronto Stock Exchange. This is the Canadians' major market. We have the stock exchange in Tokyo, Shanghai, and Hong Kong exchanges as well. Those are major players in Asia, and we have the Euronext and London Stock Exchange dominating all over Europe. You know, all this history is pretty cool, and you know, this is what formed and created all these global exchanges cross different time zones, and you can now trade almost 24 hours a day, Monday through Friday. If you want, if you're investing in crypto, you can literally trade 24/7 every day. So from one risk ship to a global financial network, that's over 400 years of market evaluation. What started a way to share risk turned into a system that powers modern capitalism. It also fuels innovation. It also gives regular people like you and I the chance to build wealth over time. It's pretty cool, right? Thanks for watching the video, this episode of my stock market basics series. If you're serious about learning how to trade and manage your own portfolio, or just finally understand how the markets move, check out the links below. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next session. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.